video you normally see. Welcome to my living room. Yeah, I was going to do a video, but because something hasn't turned up and it's taken 2 weeks to turn up, I'm playing catch up on my videos now. I'd already was 2 weeks ahead, but because this hasn't turned up, I'm 2 weeks behind. Another toy's just turned up today. Now, I wasn't going to do a video on this, but with it being electrical, I thought I'll do one anyway. And at the end of this video, so don't turn off, don't get turned off yet, doing the PS2 winner reveal. So hopefully, if I remember, I should remember because it's 2 weeks. Anyway, this is a 24 volt hybrid solar system. Yeah, not solar system, but planets and stars and solar panels and batteries. Yeah, there's 3 types you can get: 12 volt, 24 volt, which this is, and then a 48 volt. Now there's pros and cons for all 3 of them. I've gone for the middle one because I'm a middle of the road guy, basically. The 48 volt one, it's a bit dangerous. If you don't know what you're doing or you're not careful, yeah, you get a nasty shock from it. Anything over 30 volts, it starts getting a bit tingly wingly. You'll know about it. 24 volt, you'll get a shock, but it won't kill you unless you've got a really dicky heart. The 12 volt system, you can stick your tongue on it like you do with a 9 volt battery, and you just get that tingling. So don't do it, don't stick your tongue on anything. So, oh, hang on, let me put the light on. It's got really dark. No, it hasn't. It has. Has it got dark? Yeah. So these batteries here, there's 2 here, and there's 2 over there. And I'm not lugging them over here because they weigh 30 kilograms a ton. 30 kilograms a ton. They weigh 30 kilograms each. DHL driver next door. She's got big excited about something. The DHL driver who came to deliver me knocked on the door and asked for help. I think he was having a hernia trying to pick them up because they are heavy. So yeah, Mr. Muscles. Right. It's there. Look there. No. Oh, whatever. Big 2 up at the time. Walked up there. Yeah, because big and strong. The 12 volt AGM gel filled batteries. So with lead acid batteries, the gas, yeah, so you can open them and top them up. Yeah, so ideally you want them outside ventilated area. Gel filled, you can have them indoors, they're sealed. Yeah. Lithium batteries, or life pure force, as some call them. The reason I haven't gone for them is, yeah, they have a problem with overheating by themselves, so you need heat sensors and stuff put on them really, ideally. So I don't want to mess about with them inside my house because this is going inside, indoors. That's why I haven't gone for them either. I've already got a 12 volt system which does the kitchen lights, the outside lean-to lights and the outside toilet lights. The outside toilet, it's a proper built toilet with bricks, it's not a bucket in the ground with a lamp next to it. The other reason I've gone for 24 volt, the 12 volt system, you need thicker gauge wire. The price of copper, the thicker the gauge of the wire, the more expensive it is. The 24 volt, you don't need this thicker gauge of wire to it. So that's why I've gone for that. The downside is with a 24 volt system, I haven't got 12 volts to plug in stuff, charge stuff, no USBs or anything like that. I can get a converter attached to the outside, wire it to this, and it'll give me the 12 volt and stuff. My 12 volt out there will charge up my phones, my laptop, my metal detector. This won't, unless I get a little mini converter, which will take the 24 volt down to 12 volt. So basically, there's 4 batteries, 2 here, 2 over there. Now, the 12 volt each, this is a 24 volt system. So I need to put these 2 in series. That means attaching positive and negative to these 2. And then these 2 terminals will give me 24 volts. And the same with them, do them the exact same way. Positive to negative, and then the positive and negative of the other side will give me 24 volts. And then I can attach them and them parallel into this unit, which will give me 2 24 volt batteries. Each battery's 12 volt, 100 amp hours times 2, so that's a 24 volt battery with 200 amp hours times another 2, that's 400 amp hours. It's still a 24 volt. This is a pure sine MPPT as well. I mean, it's non-branded, but trust me, most of them nowadays are all on this, based on the exact same thing. The company that makes this makes the branded ones as well. Like I can't remember the company called. There's another one, and they just put their brand on it, and that's it. So that's why I've gone for this one. Made in China, but just about everything is these days, so I wouldn't worry about it. Now, I'm going to wire these up to run the house, but run downstairs only. I don't need it to run upstairs because the only thing upstairs that I use power for is the games room. Now, I could easily put an extension lead and run it up there if I needed to, or I could add it in the fuse box. It's split, so you've got downstairs sockets and upstairs sockets. I've got an electrician coming to put a switch in there. What I don't want is it tied to the grid, so it can't feed back to the grid anyway. You can't just connect it to feed back to the grid, you need permission to do that. But having to mess with the fuse box in there, you need to be certified really. So I could do it, but if anything goes wrong with it, no house insurance, nothing. So I wouldn't be I'm not certified, so even though I can do it. So he's coming to add a switch, but what I'm going to do is get him to add a switch, so I can switch from main grid to solar. Now, main grid will be plugged into this, going into the batteries to charge the batteries if there's not enough solar. But at the same time, I can flick a switch on the sockets for the house, and it'll turn it to solar. And then when the batteries are depleted a bit and there's not enough sun, flick it back to mains, and the sockets just run off the mains then. Because there's 4 batteries, there's no BMS with these batteries. It's a battery management system. What that does, it balances the batteries, keeps them all at the same voltage. Now, I'm a tickless person anyway, so even if I did have a BMS on this, I'd be testing it and checking it all the time. So I'm not going to put one on, because I'm going to check it and test it all the time anyway. I'll probably be checking it every other day, if anything. Well, probably every day, knowing me. But, so, got the meter, I don't know if you can see, yeah. If I stick this down here, so positive to positive, negative to negative, it comes up 12.9 volts. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that, but trust me, it's 12.9 volts. So now, got big gauge wire on it, so I'm going to connect positive to negative on the opposite battery. Don't worry, you're not going to get a shock or anything. Now when you're tightening these, don't yank tight them, just hand tighten them till they're tight enough. I've seen people really ratchet them things, don't. So now when I go from the negative of this battery to the positive of that battery, it'll give me 24 volts. 25.8, which is good. Yeah. So now I've got a 24 volt battery there. And I'll do the exact same with them two over there. And they'll be 24 volt as well. Oh, got cramp. Right, so what I'm going to do next is attach these two. I've checked all the batteries and they're all 12.9 volts, they're all balanced. One over there is 12.92, slightly out, but it's nothing major. I can quickly drain that 0.2 off with just a light bulb, easy enough. So I'm going to connect these two to the inverter, well, the solar unit, a hybrid. We go into the positive and negative battery terminals down here that feeds in the batteries. Over here you've got AC in, so you've got earth, live and neutral, so that's from your grid, and then AC out, live and neutral, and that goes to whatever, computer, TV, or in my case, all the sockets in the house. That'll go straight to all the sockets. there'll be a live feed coming in to keep the batteries charged if there's not enough sun, like in the winter. It'll charge them up slowly. But the AC out goes straight to the socket in all the house. This, at the moment, is about a 3 kilowatt system. What was that? It's all a kit. Now I ordered this kit, but then got contacted by the company and said, look, the 2 solar panels, which are 275 watt solar panels, the 2 we had left are broke, so we're going to offer you a replacement if you're happy about it. The replacement were Q cells, which, yeah, it's a lot better solar panels, a hell of a lot better solar panels. It's a new type of solar panel that they've come out with, so I'm looking forward to getting hold of them too, but they're not here yet because they're coming directly from the manufacturer. They're 345 watt panels each, so that'll give me 690 watts, whereas before I'd have had 550 watts. Yeah, 550 watts before, but now I've got 690 for the exact same price. Now I will be upgrading this anyway, but with those panels I'll only need to add one more panel to that. You can only have I think it's 1100 watts on it. You can't have any more than that, which is about 110 volts, 120 volts. Can't have any more going into it because it will just trip it constantly. I'll be upgrading batteries as well. When I say upgrading, I'll be adding another 2, so I'll have 6 of these. They're the big batteries. So yeah, DHL man's gonna have fun delivering them again. But what I can't have running on this is like a shower. It won't run the shower and all the sockets and lights in the house. It'll run all the sockets and lights in the house, but the shower's not on the sockets system in your house. It has a separate fuse because it's a bigger ampage, so it has a separate system for that. The oven, which is an electric oven, that's on a separate system in the fuse box anyway, so I'm not bothered about that. The only thing that this will run, which I am worried about, well, I'm not really worried about, is if my maid's in here hoovering and I'm out there with my lawnmower. It's a lot of, I ain't got a maid, but just me imagining what maid if she was in here. Just imagine. She was hoovering here, so hoover's like 1200 watt, 1500 watt hoover. Lawnmower's 1600, 1800 watt hoover. That's going to max out that load straight away. That's without anything being on. I could hoover in here, so I'll have to sack my maid and do the hoovering myself. And then when I finish hoovering, I can go outside and cut the grass. I just can't have the maid in here and me out there because it won't work. Or I could sit in here, watch her hoover, and when she's finished hoovering, I can go out and cut the grass. I can't do both. Too much wattage. But although this is a reasonable size out, well, it's not a reasonable size out. It's a 2-bedroom house, but both bedrooms are big bedrooms. There's only me here, and I don't watch TV or play music all day and so on and so on and so on. I like to read and stuff like that. I'm boring, and I tattoo a lot. So my tattoo equipment, this will run all that as well because my tattoo equipment's only 12 volts. And the lights in there are LED, and they're only 12 volts. The only thing is the heater, which I'm going to change anyway into a log burner. So this will run the tattoo studio and this house at the same time because I won't be in it, so nothing will be on. Central heating system only uses about, when it's on standby, I think it uses about 3 watts, 4 watts because it's a new boiler. Fridge freezer, although the fridge freezer's 120 watt, it's only 120 watt while it's trying to cool down the inside temperature, trying to cool it down. Once it gets to that temperature, the fridge freezer switches off. Do you get me? It's that cold, so say -10, the fridge freezer comes on until it gets down to -10 and it switches off. And that only takes a couple of minutes. And then once it's at that temperature, there's no power coming in, nothing, unless you open the door, and then it'll start consuming power for the light to come on. But then as the cold air comes out, the warm air moves in, the fridge will go, hang on, I'm warming up, I need to switch on again, so it'll consume power again. So it's never constant at 120 watt. So yeah, so I'm not worried about that bit either. But once I upgrade to another 2 batteries and another panel, I'll be able to do whatever I want. Microwave, it'll run the microwave, even though the microwave's 1200 watt, it will run it, but because the microwave won't be running forever, it'll have no problem. Same as kettle, I can boil the kettle with this system, no problem. It's 800 watt or 1000 watt, but it's only doing that for a minute. So yeah, it'll cope with all that, no problem. So anyway, now I've connected them two, I'm going to connect these two to that, and I'm going to connect the load to it to show you what it does. So let me sort that out and then we'll come back. Add these to your batteries first, but don't let the wires touch the other wires. So positive to positive, red to red. As soon as I connect this, both the ends of these cables are live, so don't stick your tongue on them. It won't kill you, but it won't be pleasant. Right. When you're connecting these, add the negative first, and then the positive. So down here, it's got pos plus, pos negative, pos negative, pos plus, negative minus. Yeah. Try and keep the twines together. There you go. You will get a little spark, but that's the thing I was talking about, you get a spark. Right, I don't know, I'm going to show you this. So we'll power it on, there's a power switch on the side, and then you'll hear a beep, and then the fans, but then it'll quiet down then. Hopefully. There you go, it's quieting down now. This round so you can see. Can you see that? I don't know if it's shown on display. On display it shows us batteries fully charged, which they are because I ain't used them yet. It says the output is 229 volts. That shouldn't be. Yeah, that's right. 229 volts. Now that output there is talking about this down here, which is your AC out. So 229, which is 230 volts, which we run on 230 volts. So now if I attach something to that, it will well, work basically. But now you, all right, now you can't hear the fans because there's no load, so it's not working too hard. It's not overheating. The fans will come on when you're doing a load, but it's only if you're like doing a big load, and it needs to cool itself down. But they're not as loud as what it was when you initially started. It's just firing up. So there you see, 230 volts. I got power. So don't be touching anything in here now once those batteries are connected, because that's 230 volts and that will hurt you. Trust me. Right, I've had an extension lead. Because I'm not going to cut one of my cables just so I can plug it in to show you. So I've disconnected the extension lead plug and plugged it in this way into this. I'm going to power this on and hopefully it won't go bang. Wait for that to calm down. Now I've got a plug here and behind me, because there's a retro channel. Right, so plugged in. That's plugged in to the unit. The cable coming off, going to the PS2. You can see it lit up on the front, the LED strip. So power it on. Now it's coming on. I hope. There you go. So yeah, my new toy. And when the solar panels come, which is 690 watts, they'll go outside in the garden. Now my garden, the front of the house faces west, and the back of the garden faces east. So the sun comes up over there, right over there. But when it comes up over there, it shines in the far corner of the garden, and it stays there, best part of the day, until about 2ish, 3ish, and then starts casting a shadow. But in the summer months, the sun will be right up, so it'll get sun all day over there. So plenty to charge this. So that's my new toy. So yeah, sorry about the video, something hasn't turned up. It's been 2 weeks and it still hasn't turned up. I've contacted the seller who was selling it and whatever. Still hasn't replied. So what I'm going to do now is, now I've showed you this little system, if you are interested when it comes to doing the install, I can do a video on it, on the full install of this with the solar panels and everything, when the solar panels turn up, because they haven't turned up yet. I'll do a full install to show you. But why have I got it? Well, that really. I paid a lot of money for it, but it'll pay for itself the way inflation's going on electricity and everything at the minute. Calculated, this will pay for itself in 8 months' time. So, come Christmas, this will paid for itself. Job done. And then it's completely free energy after that. Well, until I buy 2 more batteries, because they're not cheap. These AGM batteries aren't cheap. I think they're about 150 quid each, and I've got 4 of them. So yeah, I want another 2 to make it 6. Yeah, so this will cut the electricity bills down, right down, big time. Probably, I'm estimating about 85% will come off my bill. Well, it's not a bill because I use the top-up cards. Every house I go to, I install a top-up, and luckily, not a smart meter. You don't fall for the propaganda what's going on at the minute. Get yourself a smart meter, it'll save you money. No, it won't. If you notice when you see the advert, it may, oh no, it could save you money. Yeah, that big word, could. It won't. Smart meters, what smart meters are is they're remote controls for them, not for you. It'll show you what you're using and everything, but they can control it from where they are. So they can just up and down the price whenever they feel like it. There's nothing you can do. With a normal top-up meter, which isn't a smart meter, which was before the 1st of April, I went and topped the card up and put like 300 quid on both of them. So now, after the 1st of April, the price is making a difference to me because I've already bought my electricity. So I've got 300 quid's worth. And then with this, I'll barely use that. I'll only use it for shower and the cooker, and everything else will come off of this. So it should last me for a good 2 years, hopefully. Yeah, that's it. Done. That's why I bought this. Cut the electricity bills, get myself away from the grid a bit, and hopefully I can, once I've upgraded this, I'll get completely off the grid, and then I won't care what prices they do. Like I said, I'll need another, well, I'm going to get another 2 batteries. I'll probably need another 2 after that, and then a couple more panels, and it should be more than enough for what I need. Well, actually, another 2 batteries would be more than enough for what I need, but backup, I'll have another 2 as well. Yeah, that's it. That's a solar system, but not the one in the clouds. So now I'm going to go over and do the Jimmy Ruffle shuffle for the PS2 giveaway. So stay tuned. Once I've sorted all this out, cleaned up, because my living room's a mess now, we'll start it on a YouTube picker. So you won. And I've chucked 3 games with it. 1 football one, which I found. Don't know why I had it, but I've chucked that in, so you get to play the sports game, and then 2 others, a little surprise. Anyway, see you in a minute. Right, so I've put the URL in, put filter any duplicates just in case anybody's cheating, having a couple of goes. So good luck, somebody's going to win it. And it is Christrand. Oh, Resident Evil. Actually, I think I've got that with the headphones on. Yeah. See that Resident Evil or Silent Hills, especially Shattered Memories, with the headphones on, lights out, proper scary. So Christrand, if you're there, mate, or girl, I don't know what you are. You might be an in-betweener, but you know, each to their own. If you want to message me, you can find me on Instagram. You can probably find me on Facebook as well as Stu Hood. Okay. Just message me your address and I'll get it shipped out to you as soon as possible. So well done, and thanks for everybody else for entering. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.